Hello, welcome to the Transition Back to School by Happy in School project. So what do we mean by transition? Transition just really means a change, changing from one situation to another in the way a caterpillar transitions into a butterfly. So in order to get your little caterpillars to turn into butterflies by September, what can we do? Well, the first thing to do is to talk to them about the changes that have happened since March and throughout the summer. Hopefully you've had a bit of a break, a bit of a holiday, even if it's a change of scene, back through the summer and into September. So talk about the change. So what's the main thing that's happened in your household in terms of the lockdown period? What were the good things? What were the bad things? And how did that change make your child feel? So this is actually looking at the talking elements and listening elements to understanding all of that change that your child's been through. And the second part of that is looking at how that change has made itself known in your child's body. And that whole process is called psychoeducation, just explaining what those emotions, how those emotions have made themselves visible in your child's body. So the kind of things you can do for the first bit, the listening bit, is to use visual tools. So you can actually look at writing things down, drawing a picture book, collecting all of the things that have happened, pictures of rainbows and photographs that you've taken during lockdown with masks and family members and the clapping for the NHS and everything that's changed. You can create your own diary almost of the lockdown period and spread everything out, and they can draw pictures together and talk to you about it. And really that's step one. That's unloading the brain and putting everything down on paper, and you can start the process of engaging them on how all of that made them feel. So this process can actually take place in the summer months, in July and August, and it doesn't need to be anything special necessarily. It just needs to be a fair documentation of what was happening in your family during the lockdown period. Now that in itself may raise some quite difficult emotions. Your child might feel tearful or present themselves as being it may be difficult to talk about. They may be holding a lot of those emotions inside. So just the process though of talking it out and looking at those pictures and maybe going online and talking about some of the things, some of the big stories that have happened during March, April, May, all the way through to August, can be a big piece of work. So I recommend you do that slowly and methodically over the summer months together. Pictures, photographs. There's been a huge amount of information online, so you can select pieces yourself that you want to talk to your child about. Printing can be a bit problematic at the moment because libraries and print shops and things aren't open, so you could create a digital scrapbook of your lockdown, and when you're ready, probably towards the beginning or the middle of August, sit with your child or children and talk it all through in a really calm and positive way. And it probably isn't going to be just one conversation. It probably will be many conversations over a number of weeks leading in from August to the end of August before they go back to school. And the purpose of doing this is for them to give them time to figure out in their head what on earth just happened and how do I feel about it. Sometimes we're going through and we're experiencing things and we haven't got time to process them. We haven't got time to really understand what's happening and how we feel about it. So this is a really good opportunity to hear what your children have been feeling, to hear it from their point of view. We've all been in sort of fight or flight mode, and now we need to stop and take stock of what happened and talk about everything that's been good and bad, the queues for the supermarket, things that we've had to make do without, maybe family jokes, or people that we may have lost along the way, unfortunately. So it's a great thing to do. So grab yourself a scrapbook, some scissors and glue, or create a digital notebook on your computer. Put together anything you've got around the house, or even put things in a cardboard box, in a shoe box, and start to collect your sort of lockdown memories. And I think just aside from transition, going back to school, it's a really therapeutic thing to do for all of us, actually, to understand and reflect and process. And then we can at least start in September, with whatever September may bring, with a bit of understanding of what we've just been through and where it's left us.